So we're going to carry on with 2.1a when we're looking at our broken line graphs. Now, instead of them giving a broken line graph, we're going to have to draw our own broken line graph. So when we go to draw our own broken line graph, usually they give us the one that goes on the x-axis first, and then the one that goes on the y-axis second. So when I go to actually create my graphs, my y will be my profit in thousands of dollars, and my x will be my year. Remember we said that time a lot of times goes across the x-axis anyway. So here we have the company's net profit, so we'll do 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. So we'll write that all along the bottom, okay? And so wherever the 2000 line is, so um, we won't start with 2000 being right on the y-axis, okay? So we're going to leave a space and jump over 2000, 2001, 2002. Now, depending on what kind of scale stuff we've got going, here this goes from 5 as our lowest to our highest of 65, okay? So in this case, we could go up 65 lines. Okay, sometimes your graph paper won't be that great. It won't have 65 lines up. So then you would make every line 2 or something like that, and then you'd have to read through it. So in this case, we did 5. So, or for every line is 1. So year 2000, it's 5. So if I'm going to do that, at year 2000 at 5, I'm going to place a dot. At 2001, it's 15, so at 2015, you place a dot. I would go through and place all my dots, and then I would bring my ruler in. Yes, I'm going to expect you to bring a ruler in. For some reason, my ruler's not working. Oh, it's way up top here. I'm going to bring my ruler all the way down here, and you actually will have an easier time than I will at this, because rotating this thing is not always the nice thing. Put it right on both dots. Bring your ruler in, both dots, and draw a dotted line. So dot, 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 dot. Okay? We would do that for each and every point. Now I know you can carry this through. The hardest part is figuring out what is on your axes, okay, and scaling them appropriately. To mark it, I would give you a mark for the title, a mark for each of these axes titles, a mark for your scale that is going up by the same amount. So here, every big block is 1. Here, every big or expanded line is 5. I don't expect you to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I would like you to do every 5th one or every 10th one, depending on what kind of data you have, will tell you what you need to put in. Okay, so once you've got a graph, there's a question. It says, is there a general trend in the data? If so, what is it? Are there any exceptions? Well, generally, it looks like their net profit is increasing as the years go out, right? It appears in general we're increasing because from start to end, we're going up in the graph world. However, there was this big explosion right down here, this crazy thing where it dropped out of sight here. This is an exception, right? Other than that, it kind of went up a little bit, maybe a little different slopes, but in general, it was always increasing or going upwards, except for in 2007 where there was a big crash in profit. So try doing your own scales. Remember when we look at here, here's week, that's a time. That should go on your x-axis. Number of copies sold should go on your y-axis, okay? You're going to need some scale, some graph paper. I'll make sure I print you off some graph paper. Same thing here. We have age and weight. Age in weeks, that's a time thing. That should go on your x-axis, okay? So work on all of these right? I expect you to do all of your build your skills. So please work on all your build your skills and we'll come back to 1.1b.